Guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because, you know, I had some glitch with my Zoom. Right. Right, we're starting to check up in 2 minutes.
Sorry, can you repeat the task formulation for me?
We're checking the home task on nominalization. I sent the link to Google Docs, and your task was to choose one sentence and to correct it, avoiding nominalization. So this is the link to Google Doc.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's check it and let's discuss it, shall we? Right. Okay, Youssef cannot reconnect. Youssef, how's that? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool, great. Now let's discuss your home assignment. I understand we did discuss the first 4 sentences. The first 5 sentences, probably. Yeah, the first 5 sentences. So let's take a look at number 5. Just a second. Right, when the staff failed to organize the festival properly, it disappointed us. Well, I would go with they disappointed us when the staff failed to organize the festival properly, I think. Because, you know, eat can be understood in 2 ways, like eat the festival or eat the fact that it was poorly organized. So I would go with they. What do you guys think?
Well, in this case, kind of like both. So like the festival disappointed us and the staff disappointed us as well.
So are you saying when the staff failed to organize the festival properly, So was that your answer?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess. So it could have a broader meaning here. So I guess you do not have any other way out, because you know I don't see any. It's either it or they. Right. Any other comments or questions on 5?
Professor,
Yes.
can we use which?
Like which disappointed us?
The staff failed to organize the festival properly, which disappointed us.
Yeah, you can.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah, you can. Don't forget about with comma. If you,
Yeah, with comma
right.
and then which, referring
Right.
to the whole clause. Yes, thank you.
Right. Okay, thank you. Number 6. Let's try and do number 6. Like the tricky one. So they lacked experience that complicated the undertaking of building the new company. Right, it complicated the undertaking of building the new company. You know, I'm not comfortable with undertaking. I feel that the undertaking of is totally redundant. I think that the sentence will preserve its meaning if we go like that. They lacked experience that complicated building the new company. What do you say? Guys?
Professor, could you please repeat your example?
Okay. Right. Do you see the Google Doc? It's number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've removed undertaking. And what you have here is they lacked experience that complicated building the new company. You know, that undertaking part is totally redundant because it does not show any specific action. All right, so it's kind of empty in terms of meaning. Therefore, it is probably redundant.
Okay.
So I feel that if you lose undertaking altogether, the sentence will have the same meaning. Okay?
Okay.
Questions on 6?
Can you say their lack experience complicated complicated building?
Could you type your version into Google Doc, please? So okay. Their late experience complicated building the new company. I'm afraid this sentence is non-grammatical. I mean, it is grammatical, but the thing is that you're replacing one nominalization with the other nominalization. Okay, that lack of experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because, you know, if you say lack of experience complicated, okay, your subject is an abstract noun, all right? And you want your subject to be as concrete as possible. So if you say they lacked experience, this is much better as compared to using nominalization. Was I able to explain?
Yes.
All right. Any other questions or comments on 6? Okay, let's move down to number 7. They insightfully interpreted the way the institute implemented the program. I think it's okay. It's perfect. What do you guys think? Any comments? I like number 7. What do you think?
What about they insightfully interpreted their institute's program interpretation?
Anastasia, could you copy and paste your option into number 7?
Sure.
They insightfully interpreted the institute's program implementation. Guys, what do you think?
It looks good.
Okay, see, Anastasia, you got implementation. So implementation here is another nominalization. Now, if you replace implementation with a clause, your sentence will be clearer. So interpreted the way the institute implemented the program is much clearer as compared to what you've written.
Okay.
Do I have to explain why?
No, it's clear, but I think that my version is shorter, so maybe it's more like smooth in the text.
So your version is shorter, but if you take a look, your phrase consists of 3 consecutive like you've got a phrase of 3 words, all right? And all the 3 words are nouns. So such a phrase would need to be decoded. So it would take more time as compared to a clause. Okay.
Okay.
Right. As opposed to the other version, which has got like the perfect clause, the subject plus verb structure, like who does what. Okay. Anastasia was able to explain.
Yeah, totally.
All right, thank you. Thanks. Number 8. Let's take a look at number 8. In number 8, you got 2 options. So their analysis of the dreams was introduced firstly by the trauma patients. And first they introduced how they analyze the dreams by the trauma patients. Okay, let's concentrate on the first one. Their analysis of the dreams was introduced firstly by the trauma patients. What do you think? Do you guys think it's okay?
Well, it's passive.
It's passive. So what's wrong with passive?
Well, it's better to keep it like active.
Why so?
It's easier to identify the subject at the beginning of the sentence.
Totally. First of all, there's passive in the first sentence. Any other troubles you're noticing?
Analyzer could be nominalization.
Yeah, analysis is nominalization. It's actually the process, and you're using a noun to describe a process. So the second sentence is better that way. Okay. Right. Any troubles with the second sentence? Or do you guys think the second sentence is okay?
Maybe the dreams of the trauma patients.
Yeah, totally. If you say the dreams by the trauma patient, you imply that you're using a patient to analyze a dream. All right, but that is not the case. So you might want to go with the dreams of the trauma patients. Okay, if we go like that, do you think this sentence will be okay? Anybody?
Yeah, probably this would be the correct version.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I would go like this. Analyze the trauma patients.
Patients' dreams.
Right, totally. The trauma patients' dreams. Because you know the classical place for the modifier for the adjectives for an adjective is before the noun. So trauma is a modifier for patient, and patient is a modifier for dream. So this is like the classical, the natural order of in the sentence, the natural syntactical order. Okay, and I'm afraid the first one is totally out of place. What do you guys think? First, they introduce how they analyze the trauma patient's dream.
So before in the previous sentence, you mentioned that three phrases or three words in a row would be a bit difficult to perceive or what. So in this case, it's okay.
Well, you have a trade-off. If you're using of the, okay, so you will have like the dreams of the, like you'll have 5 words as opposed to 3 words now. Okay.
Okay.
Was I able to explain?
Okay, so so the aim is to make the sentence shorter and concise, right?
Yeah, totally. The shorter, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the clarity matters.
Okay.
Right. Okay, let's go down to number 9. She understood the situation, which is a reason to quit of her job. What do you guys think?
I think reason to quit her job. Of should not be there.
Like the complete phrase?
Yeah, let me just write it.
So she understood the situation, which is a reason to quit her job.
And it should be in the past, right? Which was the reason.
Actually, it should be in the past, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think you could go with this? So she quit her job. If you use so, you imply the reason. What do you think? Does it preserve the original meaning?
So we don't need to mention the evidence, right?
Totally, because you have that so.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know so shows the same relation, but it's like very short, really short.
Okay.
So the meaning of the sentence is the same, okay, but it's really easy to understand.
Mhm.
Any other comments on 9?
Can you say she got the job once she understood the situation?
Yeah, sure. You're changing the order of the elements a bit, but yeah, that's a possibility. She quit her job once she understood the situation. Now, if you say she quit her job once she understood the situation, you're kind of implying that she quit her job immediately. Okay, so
I expected that.
right, so there is that, that little difference in meaning. Because I do not feel that the original have that slight, that slight implication of being immediate. Okay. Any other questions on 9? Let's move down to 10. 10 is very easy, actually. We should consider several factors. Basically, there is no, I don't really know what to say about number 10. It's very easy. Any comments?
No.
Number 11. Okay, I got 2 options. He has to decide what to do and he must decide on what to do. Okay, first of all, decide on something. This is spoken. So traditionally you decide something. Okay, not decide on something. So decide on something is more colloquial as compared to decide something. Okay. Now, as to has to and must, well, I should say that must and has to, they have got difference in terms of they've got difference in terms of severity of obligation. Okay. In spoken English, you can say has to and you can say must. Basically, the difference is not very high. But in written English, must implies an obligation, like a very strict and severe obligation, which you have to follow under the fear of punishment. Okay? So basically, if you say must, you imply that he has to make a decision, otherwise something bad would ensue. Okay, something bad would happen. So basically, you cannot, in written language, you cannot replace must with has to. Because if you say has to, you lose that severity of obligation. Was able to explain?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I understand the only option is this. He must decide what to do. Number 12. They informed us about the new research program. Any comments? I think it's perfect.
No.
Okay. 13. We analyze how X factor impacts B gene expression. I think it's good. What do you guys think? Actually, it would depend on the context. It's either we analyzed or the researchers analyzed. Depends on the context. But other than that, it's all right. It's perfect. Questions or comments on 13? Right. Number 14, the one about Joe. So Joe will conduct research on how the recent droughts impacts on local wildlife. What do you guys think?
Maybe just Joe will research on.
Totally. There is no way of saying conduct research once you've got a perfectly legal verb to research. So the original phrase, Joe will conduct research, is wordy. So Joe will research on how the recent drought impacts on local wildlife. What do you think? Okay, once again, there is a difference between research as a noun and research as a verb. Okay, yeah.
Do we need the first on there?
You don't need on actually.
I mean, we can actually remove it
Yeah, but why?
because you do research without that on there.
No, actually, you do research on something.
Then why? Wait, should we have this on there or not?
No,
Then
I would lose it.
uh-huh.
But why? Can you guys explain it to me?
Maybe because of the how.
Could you be more specific? What do you mean by how? How does it?
Well, it's like you are doing research. You will research how the thing will happen or how this thing is happening. You are researching on a question.
See, guys, you got two words: research as a noun and research as a verb. Okay, and they combine in different ways. If you got research as a noun, you will need on, like do research on. Now, in this phrase, do research on, research is a noun. Okay, so if you're using a noun, you're using a preposition with it, research on, okay? But if you're using a verb, you do not need any prepositions. You research something, okay? Now here, your research is a verb, so you don't need any prepositions. Like the combinatory rule is different for a noun and for a verb. Okay? Any questions? And, you know, to refine the sentence, I'm going to lose the second on. And the reason is the same. An impact on something, but to impact something. Okay? Questions, comments? Let's continue with number 15 then. The one about David Foster Wallace. David Foster Wallace wrote his book Infinite Jest based on data he had collected. Thing is okay. Yep. Any comments or questions?
Professor, can you start with collected data by David Foster Wallace, led to his book Infinity Jest?
You mean like David Foster Wallace collected data and wrote Infinite Jest? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
That's a possibility, yes. It will all depend on the context. So if you write this, you will see that the meaning is the same, and the sentence is also effective. So I think it's a possibility, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Right, 16. Our lack of data prevented UN actions in evaluating the targeted funds to areas most in need of assistance. Guys, what do you think? Do you think we were able to kill motivation, nominalization here?
We have a new nominalization. No.
Excuse me?
We have a new one, like evaluating our need.
If you take a look at the sentence, you will see that lack of data, all right, is nominalization. Because, you know, it's abstract, it does not show the real concrete objects, okay? Now you might want to ask yourself, who is the actual doer of the action? Who actually lacks data? We, totally. So we is the logical subject. Okay? So do you think you can correct the sentence to make it more effective?
I think we lack the data.
Could you write, please? Could you write?
Okay.
Below that sentence, you know, for everybody to be able to see it. Number 16. Shall I help you out?
I think this should be correct one.
We lack data which prevented evaluation of UN actions in targeting funds to areas most in need of assistance. Well, this is much better. At least we killed one nominalization here. What do you guys think? Can anybody else be done here?
I think evaluation is also nominalization.
Totally. Right, I'm sorry. Yeah, so evaluation is nominalization. So how can you deal with it?
We can say which prevented UN to evaluate.
I've got a better option. We lack data, so we could not evaluate UN actions in targeting funds to areas most in need of assistance. What do you think? Is it okay? Can we stop editing there?
I think yes, this is okay.
What do you think about in need of assistance?
If we keep the last sentence, maybe UN action in targeting funds to areas most in need, or we remove the word assistance, or targeting funds to areas most in need.
See, guys, you got need as a noun and you got need as a verb. This is what you can do. In targeting funds to areas that need assistance the most? What do you think? So see what we're doing here? Okay, we're taking nominalization and we're replacing nominalization with a natural grammatical structure here. And the natural grammatical structure is a subject plus verb. Okay? Do you think that the meaning of the resulting sentence is the same as the meaning of the original sentence? Yes, no, not sure.
Yes.
Okay, any comments or questions?
Professor, I have a question. Why? My question is, why are we so sure that we are the ones that are going to evaluate the United Nations actions? For example, we said we lacked data, so we could in our sentence we said we lacked data, so we could not evaluate UN actions in targeting blah, blah, blah. Why are we so sure that we are the ones that are going to be evaluating the UN actions? I mean, here in the sense, in the original sentence, it says just our lack of data prevented the evaluation of United Nations actions. But these evaluations actually can be performed by anyone, not necessarily just by us. So my question is, why are we so sure that we are the ones that evaluate the UN actions?
Well, hypothetically, you can be right. Hypothetically, the fact that we, like data, could prevent somebody else from evaluate the UN actions in targeting funds.
Okay.
But since the original sentence starts with our, it is highly possible that it was us who tried to evaluate the data.
Okay.
So because of that our thing.
So it's all related to the us in this case.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, it will all depend on the context, but with 90% probability, the ones who evaluate and the ones who like data would be the same in this sentence.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Right, 17. Many voters are opposed to the nuclear power plants because they believe that they represent a threat to human health. Okay, what do you think? Do you think the sentence is effective enough? Do you think we can stop editing here?
I think maybe in this case where it says because they believe that they represent. So in the second day, it is not clear whether the voters are the threat or the nuclear power plant. So maybe you can replace it with the nuclear power plants, or you can replace it with these represent.
Could you do so? Could you do so?
Yes.
And let's see if the sentence is getting better.
Because yeah, like this.
Okay. It's actually quite a good observation. You know, you got two theys, but they're referring to different objects. So yeah. So what do you guys think? Right. What I would worry here about is repetition of nuclear power. I would replace nuclear power with such. So you still have your object, but you're replacing the modifier. You're replacing modifiers with such.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? Is it effective enough? Can we stop Is there anything else we can do about this sentence?
I think we can substitute represent a threat by just threatening human life.
Could you type so, please?
Yes. Should I just on top of this sentence?
You could go on top, yes. Okay. See, guys, what is happening here? We're making the sentence shorter and clearer, but the meaning is still the same. So what do you think? Can we stop editing here? Is there anything else we can do?
Can we see many voters oppose, like verb?
Okay.
Instead of are opposed.
Let me ask you this: what's wrong with many voters are opposed?
Nothing, but we can use the main verb.
Right.
As adjective.
Okay, could you do so? Could you make your corrections to the sentence, please? Okay, what do you guys think? Many voters oppose the nuclear power plants because they believe that such plants threaten human health. What do you think? Can we stop editing here? Can we make the sentence shorter? Yeah, I think it's as short as it can get. So I do not really think that we can go any shorter than that. Right. Number 18, please. So the university trustees decided to construct a health science building. It's pretty obvious, I think. Any comments on 18? Okay, let's take a look at number 19. The group discussed how to surprise the girl with a birthday without her knowing. What do you think?
What about if we say surprise the birthday girl without her knowing?
Could you write so?
Yes.
Guys, what do you think? Do you think the meaning has changed? Do you think the meaning is the same?
But if we are talking of surprise, is it not something that you don't know?
Right, let's take a look at the original. The discussion of the group was about how to surprise the girl with a birthday without her knowing. So I understand what the author originally meant, that the group is going to throw the girl a party. Okay. Surprise birthday girl without her knowing. Do you think we could lose without her knowing altogether?
I think it's logical to just lose without knowing, because the word surprise brings this concept into the sentence.
Could you do so? Could you make corrections? Do you guys think that the meaning is the same?
Now I have a question. The group discussed how to surprise the birthday girl with what?
Yeah.
In the original sentence, it's clear that they are gonna surprise them with the birthday party, but now a bit unclear.
Totally. Do you think we could use the word party here to make things clear?
Maybe just surprise the girl with the birthday. I mean, just leaving as its original one.
Could you make the correction, please?
Yes. Done.
Okay. What do you guys think? Is the meaning the same?
I think that this modification doesn't answer the question what we're gonna surprise the girl with. I don't know.
It does say with a birthday. But the thing is that in this modification, we do not know whose birthday is that. The group discussed how to surprise the girl with a birthday.
With her birthday?
Can be somebody else's birthday.
We can say with her birthday.
Excuse me?
We can say with her birthday.
Could you make?
We don't need.
Could you make the corrections, please? Okay. Now let me ask you this. Can you surprise anybody with a birthday?
Birthday party, you mean?
Excuse me?
Party?
Yeah, you can surprise somebody with a party, but can you surprise somebody with a birthday? People usually know about their birthdays. Right, so the group discussed how to surprise the girl with her birthday party. What do you think? Is it better now? Is the meaning different from the original?
But exactly, we don't know whether it will be party or something else, right? It wasn't mentioned in the original text, so.
True. So what do you think what do you think they're going to surprise her with?
Maybe just with something.
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't come up probably with
Okay. So do you think we should lose the party?
I think yes, because it wasn't mentioned in the original text, and we don't know.
But what do you think? What could the group surprise a girl with?
Totally with, we should delete with her birthday.
Could you please do so?
Yeah, because as you said, we're not able to surprise somebody with her or his birthday, right?
Yeah, but after that we've added the party. So now we're not surprising with a birthday, we're surprising with a birthday party, which is totally logical and doable.
with the birthday party.
All right.
Anyway, we don't know whether it will be party or something else, right?
True. True.
Yeah. How can we state that?
Well, generally, I mean, with 90% probability, I would say that it's a party or a present. I think we only have two options here. So like either a party or a present. Okay. And since,
Maybe,
go ahead. Go ahead.
maybe we can use event, or it's
Could you make corrections, please?
it's more
Event.
general. Like, sorry.
Okay. So guys, is it any better now?
It could be like in a party, or maybe it's like a meeting or something else dedicated to birthday of this girl.
A meeting.
I mean when people meet each other.
All right. People meet each other and do what?
Celebrate.
Isn't it called a party?
No, I mean, you know, when we are talking about the party, it's like a narrow meaning. But if we use event, it can be broader, and just suggest it's maybe more suitable if we don't know what exactly what it should be. I mean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what other birthday event can there be but for the party? Like what else can it be? So you were describing an event and you actually describe a party.
Actually, I don't hear about birthday event.
Right.
Almost, it's like a birthday party.
Right. Me neither. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
So basically, we're not changing anything if we say with a birthday event. Okay, so we're discussing English here, okay? And English is based on Western culture. And with Western culture, it is a tradition to plan a surprise party when somebody has a birthday, all right? Like you invite friends, okay, and you bring food, and the birthday kid does not know, okay, then everybody jumps out and surprise the birthday girl or boy, okay? So if we take that into consideration, we would say that it's much more probable that the group is going to throw the girl a party. Probably. So I think we would be like 90% right if we keep the party. Because you know, I cannot think of any other thing to surprise somebody who has got a birthday, but for a party or a present. Surely you can surprise somebody, you know, by killing him or her during the birthday, but that's not always the case, I think. So what do you think? Is the meaning the same? Can we make any other corrections? So we have two options actually, birthday party or birthday gifts. Right, and basically this is not even an option. So when people give gifts, they eat cake and say something. So technically it's a party, albeit a small one. At least this sentence is much clearer as compared to the original. Any other comments?
Okay, just a quick question, Professor. If you write how to surprise the birthday girl was discussed by the group, because in the sentence we have added an extra event, which is a party, and it wasn't mentioned in the original sentence. Although we are assuming that an event was, but what about if it was a present? Or what about if it was any other gift?
Right, we are adding some additional information here, party. But since, you know, because of the cultural thing, since we know that, we assume that the group, since the group is using English, we're assuming that the group is of the Western culture. And it is a custom in the Western culture to throw somebody a surprise party when they have birthdays. You're absolutely right that it's kind of difficult to figure out what exactly what is a surprise out of the context. So this sentence is a bit out of context. You're totally right. But
Professor,
yeah, go ahead.
What if we just let it open and sorry, yeah. What if we just let it open and without specifying anything concrete? For example, we just let that open to interpretation. For example, the group discussed just a second. The group discussed how to surprise the girl in her birthday. And without specifying any parties, without specifying any presents, without specifying any events, we just let her know that there will be something, there will be a surprise, but we don't know what. But everything we know that is that that thing is related to her birthday. So anyone can guess whatever he wants.
Could you make the corrections?
Just a second.
19, number 19.
Yep. Oops. Well, yeah, it will be like this one. The group discussed how to surprise the girl in her birthday.
Guys, what do you think? The group discussed how to surprise the girl in her birthday.
But it changed the meaning, I think. In the first sentence, we group totally knows how they want to surprise her. But in this our sentence, surprise in it means they don't know what should they do. I think.
Not necessarily.
Not
But
necessarily.
let's take a look at the original, shall we? The discussion of the group was about how to surprise the girl. And we're saying the group discussed how to surprise the girl. So the group is discussing the same thing in both variants. Comments, please?
But how to surprise without her knowing? Does it connect? I mean, how without her knowing? Not about okay, and I realize it. It's like the same.
Yeah, see, without her knowing, I mean, if you do something without knowing, it's a surprise. If you do a pleasant thing without somebody knowing, it's a surprise. So just, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen the correction. That's on her birthday. See, since it's a day, birthday, you're supposed to be using preposition on. So the group discussed how to surprise the girl on her birthday.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Right. I think we've reached the perfect sentence here. What do you guys think? Is the meaning the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Totally, totally. So we got away from the party or surprise dilemma. Okay, let me join Rabiul. Okay. Right. Okay, so number 19 is the group discussed how to surprise the girl on her birthday party. Perfect. And the last one. Let's see. So Mike hoped for preservation of his relationship with Molly. Mike hoped, okay. Mike hoped to preserve relationship with Molly, but Tony's meddling Macy. Okay. I think the first part is repeated twice here. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think this part can be deleted. Like that. What do you think? Is the sentence okay?
There is a his missing between preserve and relationship.
Could you make corrections, please?
Yeah.
That's a very nice correction. Because we're talking about how Mike relates to Molly, right?
We can like middling, Tony's middling converted to verb clause, like Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly.
Mm-hmm.
However, once Tony middle made the breakup in the
Could you write this version, please, below this sentence?
I think we need to delete made, right? It's excessive.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Could you do so and write your version?
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. So Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly. However, once Tony meddled, they broke up. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the other one, Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly, but
Tony's meddling maybe resulted what will be the preposition for resulted in?
Resulted in something, yes.
Breakup. Maybe.
Okay. Guys, what do you think? Which one is better? And why? Okay, see, first of all, I have one problem with the second variant. You're saying once Tony meddled, they broke up. It implies that Tony and Molly broke up, which is not the case.
I should mention Mike.
Okay, and
can we say they broke up once Tony middle?
Could you please write so?
Or I should just say when or after.
Right, let's see. Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly. However, they broke up when Tony meddled. What do you guys think?
Professor, one question.
Yeah, go
Doesn't
ahead.
the second sentence mean that basically they broke up because of Tony meddling in the relationship?
Yeah, they did break up because of Tony.
No, but it makes it sound like if they broke up only because Tony meddled with the relationship.
Ah, what you're saying is that Tony was just a factor.
Yeah.
Not the reason.
Okay.
True. So I believe then, taking that into account, the second sentence would be changing meaning of the original. How about the second one? Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly, but Tony's meddling resulted in a breakup. Thing is, okay, you're losing that inevitable thing. Okay, it does not say that Mike and Molly broke up. Okay, it just said that it made the breakup inevitable. So the original does not imply that they have already broken up. The original implies that they will break up, and it is clear to everybody that they will. Okay, so the second option will also be changing the meaning of the original.
But like Mike's hope was, so it was in the past, so it's already like they are already broke up.
So let's see, Mike's hope was for preservation of his relation with Molly, but Tony's meddling make the breakup an inevitability. Not necessarily. Actually, the original is missing S.
What if we add inevitable in the second?
Okay, inevitable. So Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly, but Tony's meddling resulted in an inevitable breakup. Okay, this is much better, but you know what? Your subject is an abstract noun. Tony's meddling. Do you think you could make it more traditional? Like a concrete subject and a verb?
Just to replace with meddling of Tony, or what?
Could you do so, please?
Okay.
Okay, but meddling of Tony resulted in an inevitable breakup. Is the situation any different now? You still have your subject abstract. Your subject is still abstract. Meddling resulted. Okay, however, their breakup becomes inevitable when Tony meddled. Yeah, I think it can be becomes inevitable. I mean, this is probably the line from some show, from some TV show. Okay, speaking about the second option, okay, I will put a full stop here and I will start a new sentence. Like that. And speaking about the second one, first of all, I would add a comma, because you have to use a comma in front of but.
Yeah.
And I would go like that. But Tony meddled and made their breakup inevitable. Yeah, made.
Actually, I wanted to get rid of this made. So, yeah.
Okay. So you can go with this. So they meddled and doomed their relationship.
But in that case, it will be a repetition, no? Preserve his relationship.
Mm-hmm. Totally, you got a relationship twice. Is there a synonym to relationship? Don't know, let me check. Okay. Once Mike is a boy and Molly is a girl, I think they have something romantic going on between them. What do you think about this one? Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly, but Tony meddled and doomed their romance.
But we are not sure that whether they have had romance before breakup or it was gone way before.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not.
Kind of true. Kind of true.
I have a question, Professor.
Go ahead.
Have we decided do not use Tony's meddling? Is it is not correct? I mean, if we in the first sentence, Mike hoped, and however they break up, becomes more inevitable. I don't know.
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. Yeah.
Due to Tony's meddling. Can we use due to?
Could you write it? Could you write it, please? Let's have ourselves the fourth variant. Could you write it below, please?
Okay.
What do you guys think? However, their breakup becomes inevitable due to Tony's meddling. What do you think?
I think first the tenses are not clear. First past tense, then present.
Oh, well, if you think about it, it looks very similar to some like previously on this show, which tells us a story of Mike and Molly. So like Mike hoped, okay, like Mike hoped to have the relationship, but then in the end of the episode, Tony appears.
Okay.
And we'll like kind of understand that things are going down. But what I'm not happy with is their breakup. Okay, once again, you got an abstract noun. So I'm really happy with Tony meddling, with Tony meddles. Okay, Tony meddled with that option. Right. I think I would have to go with the second option. Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly. However, their breakup becomes inevitable when Tony meddles. Strictly speaking, the third variant is shorter, but it is adding information which is absent from the original. So we're inferring information for variant number 3. we don't really know. Probably there was friendship between Mike and Molly. It's highly improbable that it's possible. So I think the best option so far is option number 2. Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly. However, their breakup becomes inevitable. No, no, we still have got the abstract noun here. Okay, let me see what I can do. How about this one? What do you think? Yeah, let me, like that. So Mike hopes to preserve his relationship with Molly, but Tony has meddled and made the breakup inevitable. How about this one? As you can see, we're changing the tense here, but it's okay because we're using present perfect. We're showing connection between past and present with present perfect. What do you think? Or, you know, to make it more effective, even more effective, we could go with however, like that. So Mike hoped to preserve his relationship with Molly. However, Tony has meddled and made the breakup inevitable. Previously on Santa Barbara. I think that this is probably the better option so far.
So how about if we switch the positions of Tony meddled and we put it at the end and we put the breakup before the however. And that's kind of structure is not kind of like ideal in this case.
Well, if you use breakup for subject, this would be inferior to this one because breakup is an abstract noun. And you want to have your subjects as concrete and specific as possible.
Okay, I see.
Any other questions? Right, that'll be all for today. Let me speak about your home assignment. So on Thursday, you're having your next quiz and your next set of exercises. Speaking of Monday, on Monday you will have to submit the introduction, the first draft of your introduction to your read and response essay. Okay, I will put up the assignment on Moodle. Okay, and you will have to submit your first draft. Now that draft, that first assignment draft of your research essay introduction will not be graded. Okay, this is just the first draft. You will discuss your drafts in class, and you will get them peer reviewed. Okay, so your first introduction draft would be time and submission. So the deadline is the beginning of the next class on Monday. Please ask me questions. Are we clear about the home task?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
that'll be the end of the class. Thank you so much, and I will see you Thursday. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Professor.
Goodbye.